Hi, good morning. It is Tuesday, and I promise that I'm not always going to be vlogging on a Tuesday, but it just seems to have worked out that way. It is still very cold outside. I realize that's relative depending on where we are, because I'm pretty sure somewhere last week still got snow. We haven't gotten any snow this year. For those who don't know, I live in North Carolina, but it is true what they say about March being like in like a lion, out like a lamb, except we're on our way out. It's the end of March. Why is it still so cold? My son wakes up in the morning. The first thing he asks for is to go outside. It's gonna be awesome in the summer months when I can just like open the door and let him go roam and play and have fun. But it is too cold at the moment to just go and spend the entire day outside. So I am currently actually researching free things to do in and around the area that are inside, because it's a very long time until nap time. I am at a good stopping point with work, and we need to find something to entertain this child for the next 5 hours, because I will lose my mind otherwise. So let's see what we can get up to. I'm not really sure where we're gonna go, but we're gonna try to do something. I have been listening to so much of the coverage on the whole Ruby Frankie case, which is just, I feel like the more I learn about it, the more I'm like, wait, what the heck is going on? I didn't ever follow her. I was never aware of her on YouTube. You wanna go for a walk? Yeah. Okay. I was aware of her sister, Ellie. Never followed her, but I'd seen like a couple of her videos. And when Ruby, like the news first broke, I was hearing Ruby talk in the background of like a news video. And I was like, wait, what? Because they sound so alike, which I find ironic because my sisters and I all sound very similar. We are going to go for a walk, which you just heard. Wade has been really liking going for walks lately, both in the stroller and not in the stroller. Our neighborhood is not very equipped for like him not in a stroller walks. So we are actually gonna go somewhere new, somewhere I've never been before, to see if I can't let him actually like actively walk himself. And it is still kind of cold. So I'm gonna make myself a coffee for 2 reasons. One, to try to keep me warm while we're outside, and 2, to kind of perk me up a little bit, because I don't feel very perky. I have been doing a lot of computer work the last couple of hours, and also trying to like, I don't know, I've been struggling lately, and I think this is an internal trigger for me, which is not fair to Wade, but I don't do like being distracted very well. I don't know that anybody does, but it is a serious trigger for me that if I'm like trying to do something and I continuously get distracted, it bothers me a lot. And so I need to really work on that, because being home with a toddler and trying to work is nothing but distractions all day long. I make a DIY s'mores latte, which is so yummy. I just microwave my milk, and then I stir in some of the Hershey cocoa powder. But I need one of those like bzzz thingamajigs. You know what I'm talking about? I'm also obsessed with this cup. I feel like all coffee travel mugs are too large. Like they're super, I don't know, they're big and they're more than I need. And I wanted like a compact coffee mug that could fit in my cup holder and keep my drink really hot. So I'll link it down below. It's really cheap, but also like my favorite thing ever. We're gonna go for a walk. We're going for a walk. We're going now. I realized I should have probably started this a little bit ago, because I wanted to share. Wade's like basically done with his lunch, but we just started. Last night, I make this like taco meat mixture thingamajig that I really like, and you can use it in so many different ways. You can use it as like a burrito filling. I like it as a burrito bowl. You can use it as nachos toppings, all these different options. And we were out of tortillas last night, and I didn't realize it until after we made it. And so I don't know why it didn't occur to me until yesterday to serve it to Wade as nachos. I've eaten it as nachos before, but I've never served it to Wade as nachos before. He's digging it. He is, I mean, of course he is, because it's tortilla chips with topping on it. But you know what kids can be like, where they would just like pull the topping off or think it looks weird or whatever. So I'm very happy to report that last night and now for lunch, he's basically eating his entire meal because I served it to him as chips. And he also had apples today for lunch. Another recommendation, not that you're asking me for recommendations, but we are no screens. We don't do screens, at least for the time being. I don't know when we'll reintroduce them, but we are no screens. And we have an Alexa and a Spotify membership. There is an album called the Bluey Album, or Bluey Album, Bluey the Album? Bluey the Album, I'll link it down below. Bluey the Album on Spotify. And it's a bunch of different music from the Bluey series, which I don't know why we never thought to look for that before. Uh-oh, it's okay. But it's just such good music. Like, it's mostly instrumental. Wade loves dancing to it. It makes me feel good. I'm not at all surprised because we are very big fans of Bluey around here. And yeah, it's just kind of like a really nice like background music to whatever we have going on. Keeps Wade pretty engaged and he loves dancing, So yeah, that's what that is. I am working on a blog post at the moment while Wade finishes eating his lunch before he goes down for a rest. This blog post, I don't know when it's gonna go live, but it is all about using a peel off gel base coat. If you're curious about using a peel off base coat for gel nail polish, especially as a parent, I'll link this down below once it's actually live. I'm not sure when it's gonna go up. I need to do the images for it, but getting that ready. And I do have other blog content that I need to do. I did hear from my boss, I was supposed to potentially moderate a breakout room on Zoom this afternoon for one of the events for the company that I work for, but they've got that covered. So that's probably for the best because Wade has been kind of in rare form today. Super whiny, super cryy. And I initially, when I agreed to do it, I was like, yeah, not a problem. Like, I'll have my mom come over or like my niece will come over or something like that. Just to kind of hang out with Wade to keep him sort of quiet while I manage that. And I just didn't think to look at the calendar. I don't know why. I thought it was closer to the end of the week, not the start of the week. And my mom, sister, and niece are out of town. So that would not have worked and could potentially have been very tricky. I'm done with that work for the day, which is good. Again, it's a blessing that I'm such an early morning person because I often am done with like my work day as far as like the hours, not the hour, because my company that I work for doesn't care when I get my job done, just that I'm logging the hours that I need to log for the week. And so in my head, those hours track differently than the hours that I put in for the work that I do for myself, whether that's freelancing for clients or blog content or TikTok or book writing, marketing, all that kind of stuff. For some reason, that holds a different weight in my mind, even though it's all my job. They're all things I have to do. They're all responsibilities. None of them are more important than the other, but because I'm logging the hours for somebody else, I like to make sure that those are logged before the day goes off the rails. Stay on this side. Stay on this side. We don't need it. You wanna go outside or are you all done? All done? You wanna go outside? Okay. Oh, you're gonna bring the leaf outside? That's a good idea. Okay. We'll give it to Oaken. Yeah. You can go play outside. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is one of my favorite new discoveries is how much Wade loves to be in our backyard. And that's one really like huge benefit to this house that we bought. So we bought this house in August of 2020 before we had ever anticipated whether or not we would be having a family. So, I mean, obviously we bought the house knowing that it could be a house that we bring a family home into, but that wasn't like high on our list. And obviously when you think about starting a family, you're thinking about having a baby, not a tiny human that's going to like do exploring on their own. So that's been a really huge benefit to this house is our house sits a little bit closer to the road in the front, which initially I didn't like, but we sit on almost an acre of land. And because our house is so close to the road in the front, our front yard is pretty small. Our backyard, which is fully fenced. Hey, where'd you find that? Wow! Do you see the white ball outside? You can play golf with the white ball outside. Go find the white ball. Yeah, go get it. That's a good idea. Our backyard is fully fenced, which obviously great for the dogs, but also equally great for a very explorative toddler. I keep an eye on him. Anyway, what I was saying is I can keep an eye on him from like the kitchen table, or if I'm at the kitchen sink or in the kitchen, like cooking, whatever, especially right now. I don't know how it is for any other toddler parents, but things just tend to go exceptionally feral in the last like hour and a half of the day, waiting for my husband to get home from work while I'm trying to like cook dinner and do all, hold on, wait, don't do that, please. While I'm trying to cook dinner and like just survive. So it's been really nice to be able to like open this door and keep it open and let him go explore in the backyard and not have him standing between me and the kitchen counter pushing me away, which I'm not really sure why. That act right there, which I know is a very common toddler thing, it is super triggering to me. I cannot stand it. I cannot stand it. So it has been nice that it's starting to warm up and we're able to do that. I'm gonna let him play for a few more minutes and probably put him down for a nap a little earlier than normal today because he woke up early today. And also I'm just sort of done. But I'm also hungry and I don't love eating with Wade or near Wade because I don't like to share food at all. And if you have a toddler, then you know not sharing food is pretty much not an option. I don't know who's having more fun. You can see them from my bathroom window. And this is exactly what I was talking about when I say thank God for our backyard. I've used this face cream for like 15 years now. I haven't had any need or desire to try anything else. I have done the trifecta from TikTok, like the viral trifecta, where it's like the Dial soap and, oh, what was the trifecta? It's the Gold Bond hand cream, this. I have the box, but I don't, oh no, I threw the box away because I finally threw boxes away. Look at me being a good millennial. It's the Neutrogena retinol lotion. That does really work. Like if you've had any interest in doing the trifecta and you're curious about it, it does really work. It does really work. I just stopped using it for whatever reason. Actually, you know what? I know exactly why I stopped using it. I had the Pond's face cream on like an auto ship from Amazon and forgot to cancel it. And so I had like a lot of it. And I'm like, I need to just go back to what I know. I am still using the Dial hand wash as a face wash. I use it in combination with the Aveeno moisturizing bar. This is like super inexpensive. And I noticed that my skin improved when I stopped going balls to the wall with it, if that makes any sense to you. I was using really intense, specifically for acne face washes, whether it be Proactive or the Clinique acne solutions. I used that for a very long time. In fact, I still have like pretty much an entire set of it in my cabinet because I started using it a couple of years ago again, like after having been off of it, and I went back to it because my skin was breaking out so badly. And then I decided to just like scale everything back, strip it all the way down, and just go to like super bare minimum, inspired by the fact that like almost every man I know has the best skin I've ever seen and they have like no skincare routine. That's been my go-to for a very long time. I don't have perfect skin, but my skin is much improved from how it was when I was doing all of the things and spending a ridiculous amount of money on my skincare. You didn't ask for any of the skincare information, but I'm giving it to you half naked in a towel. So I'm gonna go get dressed. If you were looking for inspiring dinner content, you're not getting that here tonight. But if you are looking for the kind of content that makes you feel better about what you're serving your family, you can find that here. Because tonight we are doing sandwiches. We are doing sandwiches. I will say, if you are looking for good sub rolls, Walmart does the best from their bakery. I would say Target is a close second, then Food Lion is a close third. That's where I would rank them. From the bakery, their sub rolls or hoagie rolls are very delicious. So I got deli meat from Food Lion when we went to the playground earlier. I did not record while we were at the playground because it was absolutely packed, which was delightful for my extroverted child and absolutely miserable for this introvert. It is seriously, I think, a lot in life that every introverted mother gets the most extroverted child on the planet. I mean, we go to a grocery store, we go to a playground, we go anywhere, and he is talking to every person he comes in contact with. When he was younger, I used to have to I was on him like a hawk anyway at a playground, but I really had to be on him like a hawk because he would just go up to random strangers, not children, random adult strangers, and go, up, and like ask them to pick him up. I'm like, this is how you get abducted. I'm gonna end up in the news. You can't do that. So we went to the playground, and from the playground, we walked over to the grocery store, got some deli meat, and Wade requested French fries. So the boys are gonna have sandwiches and French fries for dinner, and I'm going to have a sandwich and the Lay's potato chips that I have hidden in the pantry that I haven't let any of the boys know are there because Lay's potato chips are my kryptonite, so I hide them. And so I will eat my dinner once the boys go to do bath time. Have it. I realize that's probably the lamest looking sandwich on the planet, and you're probably right about that, but you know what? Sometimes less is more. Honestly, since I've been pregnant, gosh, in like the first, I wanna say it was like, I was in like my 10th or 11th week of pregnancy. I am not a sandwich person. I've never been a sandwich person. Ask anybody that's ever known me. If we go out to eat, the number one thing I don't wanna get is a sandwich. We were on our way, my family and I were on our way to the beach to go visit my brother, and we stopped at a sandwich place, and I got a tuna sub because I let myself have one tuna sub a week, and my niece got a plain, literally plain, no mayo, no cheese, nothing, a plain turkey and salami sandwich. And from that moment on, all I thought about my entire pregnancy was a plain turkey and salami sandwich, to the point that that's the first thing I wanted to eat after I delivered. And since having my son, I do eat sandwiches far more often than I ever used to. And sometimes I make like that viral TikTok sandwich with the like chopped turkey and salami and peppers and onions and mayo and all that kind of good stuff. And that is a delicious sandwich. I ate that a lot last summer. But sometimes you just want a plain sandwich. And that's what I want tonight. I'm gonna eat my plain sandwich with my plain Lay's potato chips in my bed watching Not Dead Yet. See, this is when it's important to know yourself well enough to know like when you're setting yourself up for success and when you're setting yourself up for failure. Because as much, I always think that I want to journal at night, and I don't know, I was gonna say like, I don't know if this is a momming thing, but I don't think it is, because I've always kind of been this way, where like even in high school, if I was out with friends, by 9 o'clock I was falling asleep on whatever soft surface I could find, and I'm so tired. Like now that I'm finally like getting into bed, I finished eating dinner, I brushed my teeth, I'm, you know, laying in bed. All I want to do is go to sleep. But I am going to journal for a little bit just because I said I was going to, and I want to like maintain trust within myself and not disappoint myself. But I also will take note of this and remember this is why I need to do these things in the morning when I'm feeling at my best. I have a furry friend here because everyone is like, Mom, it's bedtime. Is it bedtime? Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and write for a little bit. I'm going to go to sleep. So I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for yet again another vlog, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. Bye!